Okay, I apologize for the lighting. I am such a noob at this that it's not even funny. And I can't get the glare out of this spot, but the rest of the kitchen's a mess, so can't show you that. This is the only clean spot in the whole kitchen, is this, like, right here. So, it's time to assemble the pot pies. I am cheating today and just using this, the refrigerated, already pre-made stuff. The only thing with those is that you need to get them out from the fridge about 15-20 minutes before you're gonna go make your pies. They need to have time to kind of come to room temperature so that they will unroll correctly. Otherwise, they'll still be too cold and they will tend to crack whenever you unroll them. And these may not have even been out for long enough yet. I am using just little aluminum pans from the dollar store, and they come with their little lids. You can see that they're aluminum or paper on the other side. And these are 2 crust pies. So each box comes with 2 crusts. One's gonna go on the underside and one will go on top. You can do them without a bottom crust if you're trying to cut down on calories or cut down on carbs. But you don't have to. I prefer them with 2 crusts. You can also do these just in a regular pie tin if you wanted. If you have some extra pie tins, I know you can find those at the dollar store too. You could do it right in a pie tin. I just happened to grab these aluminum ones. Partly because I am hoping to fix a couple of these for my mother as part of her Mother's Day present. So I'm going to fix her some freezer meals so that she can keep in her freezer and she doesn't have to always cook for herself. It's really hard to cook big meals when there's only one of you. So I'm just gonna lay this in, kind of get it all flattened up against the sides. And you may have some extra. I'm trying to get it in there as evenly as I can so that you kind of have the same amount of overhang. And I'll try and get most of the wrinkles out up at top because you don't want big wrinkles. You're going to have 1 or 2 just to make it fit. So just press those flat into the side. Make sure that your corners are down there. Press those flat. All right. We'll just do 1 right here, although I've made enough filling for 2. So if you can see that, I've got it in there. Now I'm just going to pour in filling. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. And I haven't had lunch. So one of these may not even make it to the freezer. Alright, we're going to put, I don't want to overfill it too much because I still need to get a lid on it. But I also don't want to scrimp. So I'm going to make sure you get it all the way to the sides. And you may have to take out just a little bit. All right. Okay, now you're gonna unroll your top your top pie crust. Just be real careful, like I said here, especially towards the end when you unroll it, it starts to crack a little bit. Now I'm going to put the flour side down because that'll help thicken up the pot pie even more. Put that over. Whoops. I've got a little crack here that I'm going to try and fix. Thank goodness it's right by the side. And then you can just kind of fold this in, the extra. You can trim it if you want. I happen to like a lot of pie crust and a nice thick edge. So I like to just kind of fold it. And when you can, I'm folding the top over the bottom there and then kind of smashing it down. Ah, my little helper is here. We're having problems with our iPad. Okay, apologize for the noise in the background now. The iPad's ran out of batteries. So now we're left with the TV to keep the kids as quiet as possible while I finish this, so that you can hear what I'm saying. I'm just finishing folding the crust. Oops. You can smash it down if you need. I will go back, once I get this kind of sealed and pinched off, I'm going to go back and kind of make a little creative decorative edge, maybe. You don't even have to do that. Okay, I just like to go in and kind of try and move it away from that lip there down into the center, because otherwise the lid's just going to kind of crush your crust there. Let's just go through. There isn't, since I'm not working with a regular pie tin, there isn't a lot to push this against, so I'm getting nail marks in the pie crust. You'll have to forgive me for that. This is not going to look terribly glamorous. Alright, and you're going to want to poke just a couple of holes in. You can be as decorative or not as you want. Just little vent holes there. Okay, and then you're going to seal it and put it in your freezer. And I don't even know whether it makes a difference which side you go with. Paper or aluminum. We'll say put the paper side up. I'm sure that the aluminum is less likely to stick to your food, so I'm gonna finish pinching this down. Alright, make sure that's all down and sealed. Okay, then you need to put a label on it and stick it in your freezer. Alright, so I'm putting the label. And the reheating instructions on here. For these, if you want to do from frozen, it's $3.75. You're going to bake uncovered for 30 minutes. Then cover with foil and cook another 30 minutes. Now, let me tell you a couple of variations. You do not have to freeze this in its whole pie format. You can freeze just the filling here. You can put it in a Ziploc bag and stick it in the freezer, and then if you want to make your pie crust dough from scratch, and I've got one of those recipes and it only takes like 10 minutes to whip up. They're really easy. And so you can freeze just the filling. It does just great. And then you can make your pie crust and pop that in. If you do that, it's $3.75, 30 minutes in the oven from fresh. Or you can put it, you can have it all assembled. This is a lot easier for GoToMeal, but it takes twice as long to cook. So $3.75 for 60 minutes total, first half hour uncovered, and then cover the top with foil and do another 30 minutes. And then let it rest for about 10 minutes after you take it out of the oven to let the insides kind of solidify before you cut into it and serve. There you go, there's your chicken pot pie.